When I saw this Totoro watch on Yahoo Auctions Japan, I knew that I found something special, because not only did I find a watch with a unique and interesting design, it's also a watch that has pretty much no digital footprint at all, aside from a few expired auction listings. And while I'm not the biggest Studio Ghibli fanatic in the world, I'm enough of a nerd to appreciate their films and how special this collaboration is. So what exactly makes this watch so special? Let's find out. So to start off this video, we gotta ask ourselves, what is My Neighbor Totoro? Well, it's a 1988 Japanese animated film produced by Studio Ghibli. The film tells the story of two young girls living in rural Japan and how they end up meeting friendly spirits in the woods near their home, including Totoro. The titular character has not only become the mascot for Studio Ghibli, but it's grown to become a symbol for the entire Japanese animation industry. And with so much significance attached to this giant fuzzy creature, it's perhaps fitting that we find him front and center on this collaboration timepiece, equipped with the umbrella that the main character gave him on a rainy night. What's interesting about the dial is that we actually don't see any Seiko or Alba branding on the watch, which leads me to my next point. What is Alba exactly? Well, Alba was created in 1979 as a sub-brand of Seiko that's generally aimed towards Asian and Middle Eastern markets. That's why here in North America, Alba is kind of an obscure watch brand and there isn't a lot of hype around it. Alba watches are geared towards the entry-level market, with most of their watches costing just a few $100s or less, making them appeal to younger customers who are looking to buy their first watch. One interesting thing about Alba is that despite their smaller market share, they've done quite a few big brand collaborations. For example, they released quite a few Mario-themed watches in the past few years, exclusive to Japan of course, and they honestly look quite decent. Alba has also collaborated with Studio Ghibli quite a bit as well, which leads us to the watch you see today. So going back to the first question that I asked, what makes this watch exactly so special? Well, we need to look at the themes of Totoro, and I'm going to look at the themes of animism and environmentalism, where animism is kind of that idea that every single object possesses a soul or an essence. Starting off with the unboxing experience. Most watch boxes are made of leather, plastic, or metal, but this box is made out of wood, and this makes the theme of the watch feel much more organic and connected to nature. Now, of course, I doubt that this box is the most environmentally friendly because a tree had to be cut down in order for it to be made, and it was probably made in a factory, but I think it was worth it because it captures the theme of environmentalism well. To open it up, instead of a typical clamshell design, it has a sliding design reminiscent of an Asian antique sliding box. We're then greeted by the watch itself, but also by a special pin celebrating the year 2000. When we open up the back, we can see a set of instructions on how to operate the watch, warranty information which shows that this watch was purchased back in February 2001, and the product tag itself. This was actually how I first found out that this was an Alba watch and the model number was ACAM009, since you don't see any branding on the box or the watch itself. So overall, this was the first time where I unboxed a watch and I really thought to myself, wow, this is actually pretty unique. I think fans of Japanese culture or Studio Ghibli movies are really going to be impressed by this unboxing experience. However, I believe that the box caused scratches on the crystal because there's no padding on the inside of the box. When I unboxed the watch for the video, I put the watch facing down, but when I first purchased this watch and unboxed it, the watch was facing up. I guess that's the price you pay for a cooler looking box. The second thing that makes this watch special is the movement. It's a mechanical hand-winding movement of an unknown caliber. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any info on the movement, but let me know if you recognize the caliber in the comments below. Whoever decided to put a hand-winding mechanical movement in this watch was a genius, because there's no better movement that demonstrates the theme of animism. Remember that animism is the belief that all objects possess a spiritual essence or a soul. Nothing makes a watch feel more alive than winding it up and feeling that tactile clicking of the crown, seeing and hearing the watch tick to 21,600 beats per hour, and looking through the open display caseback to see the balance wheel swinging back and forth in continuous fashion, just like a heartbeat. The movement may not be the most intricately designed or well finished, but a watch like this doesn't need anything extra or complicated to demonstrate the theme of animism. Now I'm a fan of both mechanical and quartz watches, and in fact most of my watches are quartz at the moment, but I can't deny that mechanical watches just feel way more dynamic and alive than their quartz counterparts. The final thing that makes this watch special has to do with the number. This watch is number 1437 of 2000 pieces because it was released in 2000, and when I saw the number 1437, it sounded familiar to me, so I went on Google to do a quick search for the meaning of 1437, and in internet lingo, it means I love you forever, with each number representing the number of letters for each word. I like it when you get a limited edition watch and the number has some significance to it, like maybe your birth year or maybe your favorite number. I think because the watch is 1437, this would be a great gift for a loved one, maybe for this upcoming Valentine's Day. Now that I've told you why this watch is so special, let's talk about the design now. The design is simple and clean, with no extra complications, just the time. There's a lot of vintage style elements here with gold indices with an off-white dial, a little bit of lume applied to the gold sword hands, my Neighbor Totoro at the 12 o'clock, and the titular mascot at the 6 o'clock. This lets us know that this is a Totoro watch first and an Alba watch second, and when we pair this with the brown leather strap and a domed mineral crystal, this watch gives us a rustic nostalgia theme. It almost feels like this could be a set piece for the movie. Honestly, I feel like they could have just slapped Totoro on the watch face and called it a day, but they really took those extra steps to capture the feeling of the movie in the design of this watch. So in terms of my overall thoughts, I think this is a very charming watch with a lot of cool details that fans of Studio Ghibli and of watch collectors will appreciate. The 35mm size and short lugs means that it's more suited to small-wristed people, but I feel like the design is unisex. And even though Alba is the cheaper sub-brand of Seiko, it's still a well-crafted watch that effectively captures the themes and spirit of Totoro, and I hope that I've now given this watch the spotlight it's deserved in the online watchmaking community. So anyways, that is my video for the Alba Totoro watch. Thank you so much for watching. It's a little bit of a shorter video today, but I still hope you enjoyed seeing this unique timepiece. Let me know in the comments down below if you like seeing these watches that the internet hasn't seen yet before. Remember to subscribe for more videos, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.